Hey guys, welcome back to Thorough Capping. It's Dave. As usual, I like to try to bring something to you every night. And what I have for you here is I have something I created that's a little bit different and a little away from what my other videos usually focus on. These are what I'm going to call exotic cubes. Okay, and the exotic cubes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these right into the downloadable thorough capping grid that's found in the tutorial. And once I explain what they are, if anybody likes them and you want to utilize them, just go back into tutorial and re-download the grid again, and then make a copy for yourself, and then you'll have access to the exotics cubes tabs. Okay, the exotic cubes are meant for two types of exotic wagers. One being the exacta, and the other being a double. And here's how they work. Let's say, for example, I don't know how many of you guys actually make trips to the track and go to the track. You don't have to, but I'm saying this would be a nice little, a little resource to use if you are going to the track. Once you do your handicapping and you're all done, and you have your top 4 contenders for each race, what you do is you put them in the order. So, for example, this might be race number 1. Whatever track you're doing that day, this may be race number 1, and let's say this is going to be an exacta cube. So let's say your selections are the 2, the 3, the 5, and the 8. What you're going to do is you're going to put the 2, 3, 5, and the 8 across, and you're also going to put the 2, 3, 5, and the 8 vertically as well. So you have it horizontal, vertical, top 4 selections. And then what's going to happen is, as you get closer to the race and you take a look at the probables, whether it be on an iPad that you have there, or even if you're at home doing this, or if you're live and you're looking at the tote board will tell you the different probables as well. Whatever your value target is for the exacta, what you would do is you would go and take make a mark. So, for example, here, let me just show you what I'm talking about here. I want to put these boxes down here, and before I put this in the thorough capping, I'm going to make sure that they're doctored up the right way. These would be an example of an exacta grid, and then the doubles grid would have the race 1, race 2 here. So if you're playing a track that has a double in race 1, you could put these might be your race 1 contenders. So this might be your double grid for race 1 here. And you have 2, 3, 5, 8. But race 2, your selections might be 1, 3, 5, 6. So that would be race 2 going down, race 1 going across. Now let's look back at the exactas. So let's say you're looking for a $20 or better payout for $1. You got to make sure you give yourself enough time to put the wager in or get to the window or whatever it is you're doing. But so we're just going to say 2 minutes to post, because when most tracks, when there's 2 minutes to post, they're probably in the middle of the post parade still. And depending on how large the field is, that means you still have probably about 5 minutes. Because by the time they get finished the post parade and then they walk all the way to the starting gate, you have all that time. So let's say, for example, the 2-3 combo is paying $38. That meets your value. You throw an X in there. Let's say the 2-5 is not meeting your value. Okay? Or whatever you're doing. If you're using a pen or pencil, you could put a check mark in there, and you can use X's for no good. All right, what we'll do is we're going to use zeros here on the computer for no good. Let's say the 2-5 is paying $12. That's a no-go. All right, the 2-8 is paying $17. That's a no-go. 3-2 is paying $28. That's a go. 3-5, let's say, is paying $19. No good. 3-8 paying $8. No good. 5-2 is paying 56. Good. 5-3 is paying 40 something. 5-8 is paying 60 bucks. 8-2 is paying, let's say, 55. 8-3 is paying 100. 8-5 is paying, let's say, undervalue 16. And you can't have an 8-8. So now you know your combinations. You're going to play a 2-3. You're going to play you're going to play a 2-3 box. You're going to play 5 over the 2-3-8, and you're also going to play an exacta 8 over the 2-3. So instead of putting your individual combos in like 2-3, 3-2, you could do it if you want that way. You could just take a look and say, what horses am I playing with the 2? Well, your combos are going to be 2-3. That's going to be one ticket. The next ticket's going to be 3-2. Well, that would be a box. Your next ticket would be a 5 over 2-3-8. And then your third ticket would be an 8 over a 2-3. And so what you got here is you got $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 worth of exactas out of a possible $32 with the 16 combinations here. You found 7 that had value. So, or actually 16 combos, not because they're $1. So you found 7 combos that, and then you know whatever you could do depending on if you want to use this for record keeping. You could go and when it's all said and done, if you're doing this on computer, you could put a highlight with the combo that came in, and then put here. You could put what it paid. You know, maybe $45. Boom. And then move on. So I mean, like I said, this for some this might be extra work where you know you could say you might be sitting there going, well, I could just write this down on paper. Yeah, but that's true. But this is a way of organizing it. Again, if you have time ahead and you handicap and you are a stickler for organization, which I am sometimes, and you have that OCD kicking, this is a good way to organize it. And then let's take a look at the doubles. So the doubles would be the same way. If you look at the doubles will pays, and you give yourself enough time, if you're playing, obviously, if you're playing exactas and doubles in the same race, you want to give yourself enough time to, now these will pays go down too. Sometimes when they get in the gate, an exacta that was paying 28 is now paying 17. That's just the chances you take, because sometimes it swings the other way too. Okay, sometimes it was paying $14, and then all of a sudden the gates open and the will pay for that exacta or that probable is now up to over $30 because the late money comes in. But you got to set obviously a target at a time, so you give yourself enough time. And now let's say this is a daily double, so you could just put like exact up here, and this is a double. The double grids, we do not need anything blackened, and it would be done the same way. Okay, you could put like the X's that for the doubles that are paying at your target wherever you want, and so forth, and then just play them combinations. All right, so we're going to call these exotic cubes. I will utilize these and do a video on, I'm probably going to do Saratoga. It is getting late. I've been a little bit of a night owl the past, I guess, month or so. I got to get my sleep clock back to normal. I'm actually a school teacher, and I'll be starting soon. And right now it's like I'm spoiled. I'm up till 3 o'clock in the morning. Another 3 weeks from now, I'm gonna have to be getting up at 5:30 a.m. But anyways, comments, questions, just insight, whatever your thoughts on this here. Waste of time, something you like. Nothing's going to offend me as long as it's constructive. I will respond to it. But before I go and throw these into the thorough capping grid, I want to make a set of exacta grids for you and a set of double grids for you. That way you don't have to paint your lines down here. Like, there's no such thing as a 2-2 exacta. That's why these boxes are here. I'm sure most of you know that, but if you didn't, that's why they're there. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon.